Good morning. Good morning. This is March 30th, and actually, it's 1:14 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Really late at night for me, but I wanted to stay up and watch the European market open and to see what happens. And there's some crazy stuff happening, guys. There's a lot of things to cover. So let's go through it. So let me go ahead and fire up my presentation. Okay. So again, this is for March 29, 23 and March 30, 23. It's actually the futures trading session. We're going to be covering a lot of different things. Let's go ahead and look at our risk disclaimer. You can read it in our About page. And just be careful with your information that you get from this channel. This is for entertainment and for education purpose only. Best to use it for your paper trading. If you're using the real money, just make sure there's a risk. You understand the risk. Okay. Uh, let's go ahead and see what happened on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday was very, very, very interesting, guys. Wednesday, we saw it really went pretty bullish. I mean, I was trading S&P 500 futures, micro, um, this MESM3, and it was pretty bullish. It actually at one point it went beyond the level I thought it would go. It passed that. I was thinking it would be like 40, 44, but it was, as I said on my previous video, it was actually, you can judge for yourself, but it was pretty spot on. I said it would be bullish, and that's where it was. It went all the way to 4060. Okay, uh, now let's dive in a little bit more. Okay, so S&P 500 futures and Nasdaq futures were changed a little bit on the Asian session. It stayed, it was kind of like hovering. It's kind of like, it made me feel like, I tell you what it made me feel like. It felt like it was like almost like a hurricane brewing out in the water, and it was like a calm before the storm. Okay, and sure enough, right when European market opened, it just went up. Okay, now Dow Jones futures was actually doing a little bit, it's felt a little bit more stronger in the Asian session. So we'll see what it does in this European session. Okay, uh, major indexes made a robust gain on Wednesday. Now we saw the bank fear still out there, and number of stocks. I thought that flashing a buy signal for the long term investors or people who do covered call, including Micron AMU stock, Microsoft ticker symbol MSFT, Wind Resorts, this WYNN ticker symbol, DraftKings, this DKNG, and Workday, as a software company, WDAY is the ticker symbol. Um, those were all flashing buy signal. Microsoft and Workday stocks are above traditional buy point. MU stock, Win, and DraftKings are rebounding from key areas, breaking down sloping trend line for early entry for those who are interested in buying it right now. Wins resorts, this Win stock and DraftKings are good for swing traders, in my opinion. MSFT Microsoft stock is long-term leaders. If those who like to just buy and hold. Actually, Microsoft is one of my favorite because, in my opinion, it's very good when it comes to dividend. Okay, DraftKings and WDA stocks are good to have. Now, in the regional banks, haven't read much this week, but at least they aren't crashing. Uh, First Republic has bounced. Larger banks such as JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America have rebounded this week after hitting at least 2023 low intraday Friday. Okay, investors should exposure, but again, investors be careful out there. Market can still go down. There's a very good possibility that that it it may go down. So if you are long term investor, just understand the risk right now. You can keep on adding a position right now, but just keep in mind that it may go down further than where it is right now. Okay, now on the futures market, S&P 500 futures were flat, and Nasdaq 100 futures fell 0.1%. Dow Jones futures lost a fraction. Now, this is all in the Asian market, or at least before the European market opened. Uh, Now, again, remember what happens overnight action in S&P, Nasdaq 100, and Dow futures does not necessarily translate into actual trading in next regular stock market session at my 8:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Okay, stock market rally. Now, during the regular our trading session on Wednesday, we saw stock market rally opened solidly higher, with the major indexes adding a gain in the late afternoon. We're going to go over a lot more of this with the chart, but just giving a little quick recap. S&P 500 popped 1.4% on Wednesday's stock market trading, with Micron stock on the top performers. Micron, again, the chip maker. The Nasdaq composite jumped 1.8%, and small cap Russell 2000 went up 1.1%. Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 1%. U.S. crude oil prices dipped 0.3% to 72.97 a barrel, and 10-year Treasury yield was essentially flat at 3.565. Now, again, 10-year Treasury yield going flat, that actually, in my opinion, is kind of a bullish signal for stock market. Okay, now on the ETF, among the growth ETFs, I share expanded tech software sector ETF, which is IJV, went up 1.7%, with Microsoft stock is one of the major holding, and Workday is also one of the component for that stock. Okay, for that ETF. The Van Eck Vector Semiconductor ETF, symbol SMH, climbed 1.7%, and it has the MU. Micron stock is one of the component. Uh, Reflecting more a speculative story stock, which is the ARC Innovation ETF, that's ARKK, rallied 3.8%, and ARC Genomics ETF, that's ARKG, 3.2%. Now, Spider S&P Metals and Mining ETF XME rose 1%, while US Global Jets ETF, that's JETS, went up 2.15%. Spider S&P Home Builders ETF XHB went up 0.8%, and Energy Select Spider ETF XLE climbed up 1.5%, and the Healthcare Select Sector Spider Fund, that's XLV, went up 0.3%. On the Financial Select Spider ETF, XLF, rebounded to 1.5%, with JPM stock and Bank of America both significant holding for that ETF. The Spider S&P Regional Banking ETF, this KRE, gained 1.1%. Okay, now when it comes to market analysis, we notice that a day the major indexes held the key support. We talked about some of the support level on my previous video. 4,000 is like a magnetic level, uh, and it actually passed uh, 40, 50. That's another key level. I was thinking it would stay under that. That's why I said 40, 44. But looks like if it already tested that and went up, there's a possibility that it can go, 40. Uh, Almost 4100. You can try to test that. It can, if it does go up beyond 4100, I would say it probably would be right about 4108. Again, we're going to go through the chart a lot more, and we're going to talk about it more in a few minutes. Okay, now let's look at the Nasdaq Composite led the way with a strong bounce after getting near its 50-day line at Wednesday's low, the 12,000 level as the next challenge, with the February to market rally peak not far above that. Okay, so S&P 500 moved back above the 4,000 level and the 50-day moving average, as well as breaking a down sloping trend line. Okay. Dow Jones closed above its 21-day line for the first time since March 6th, but still below its 200-day moving average. Okay. The Russell 2000 is bouncing from Friday's 2023 lows, but has some distance to the 50-day and 200-day lines. Okay, Nasdaq volume was higher than on Tuesday. Uh, NYSE volume appeared to be slightly, exchange volume was below normal. Okay, advancers led decliners decisively on the New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq, uh, with the breath picking up slightly this week. Market leadership remains relatively narrow, however. Uh, so if stocks were big winner on Wednesday after retreating on Tuesday ahead of Micron's earning report. In addition to Micron stock, Mobileye, Rambus, and STM are the cheap plays a flashing buy signal. Several others showed bullish action. Microsoft and Workday stock are among a number of software names in buy zones, while Sky stock is one of the several home builders stepping up. Investors are placing their bet on gaming plays such as Wynn Resorts and DraftKings stock. Uh, Four stock is among a few payment stock acting pretty well, including Flywire, uh, Marketer Libre, which has some similar chart action in Shift 4, is an e-commerce giant and a booming payment business. While banking fears are on the back burner, treasury yields aren't racing higher, okay, which is a little bit of a troubling signal. The recent banking worries, even if the worst is over, likely will lead to less lending and generally tighter financial conditions, slowing the economy and reducing the need for Fed rate hike. Okay, right now markets are leaning toward a Fed rate pause in early May. Not sure if it will happen or not. Friday's PC inflation report and Fed's favorite uh, price gauge could change the dynamics. Okay, um, the stock market is gaining some steam as the bank crisis appears to have peaked, while the Fed rate hikes are over and nearly so. The major indexes have shown strength this week, while a number of stocks are flashing buy signals. So it's good idea to start adding some exposure gradually. If the market has a real leg, it won't take long to gradually build up being 100% invested. Okay, if the market soon reverses lower or peters out, it's to be a lot easier mechanically and psychologically to exit if you're not fully committed. Okay, personally, I don't like to take loss, but I can tell you what you should be doing with yours. But it's important to be ready by updating your wish list and be careful out there, guys. All right, now let's go ahead and go over our charts real quick, okay? So let's move on to this one. Let's see where we are at right now. This is the European market. I have added a couple of the short position because I believe at one point in the European session, it will retreat. Okay, so I'm going to set exit. Uh, Let me see where we are at right now. Okay, if you notice right now, it was testing 4068 level, which is very interesting. Okay, it tested 4068, but then it is reversing. Okay, if it's reversing, where is going to reverse and where is going to pick back up again? I think it will probably go down all the way to 4054 before it bounces back up again. That's just my belief. Okay. Uh, Now, if that's what happens, I should set my exit right there. Um, if it does go up, okay, there's a possibility, okay, that it might not go all the way to close to 4100 level. It might go to maybe 4078 before it goes back to the opposite direction. Okay. Um, During the regular market, Wall Street hour, it might reach all the way to 41, past 4100, like 4108 or 414, before it will going to reverse. Okay. So that's my understanding. There's a lot of things are happening on Thursday, so be careful trading. It will be highly volatile. Okay, um, I personally think after it reaches probably close to 4100, it will reverse. Okay, um, so I'm not gonna say anything about Friday, but I think Thursday will be pretty volatile day, but it will be kind of mixed. It will be partly bullish, then it will be bearish. Okay, so that's just my thinking. Or what it might also do, it might start off kind of bearish at about 8:30 Central Time, then it go up at about 9 something, and then kind of retreating a little bit, and then go up again, and then by about noon my Central Time, it will reverse again. Okay. Again, nobody knows for sure. It's strictly my opinion. If you want to follow that, you can use it for your paper trading just to be safe. Okay. Again, I have to remind you of all the legal disclaimer. And let's look at real quick um, on Nasdaq. But before that, let me show you guys something real quick about the chart. Okay, look at where it started during our regular trading session. Okay, I'm going to go to on uh, 329, which was actually Wednesday, and I'm going to show you during the regular trading, regular Wall Street hours. Okay, if you notice, when the market first opened, okay, so again, this is where you get to uh, see how all this magic happens. Okay, when the market opened, okay, at about 8:30, okay, and again, this is the 5-minute chart on the S&P 500 micro. Um, Market, when it opened, okay, it went up to actually right about that level that I talked about, which was 40.44. Okay, it actually went all the way to 47, and then it reversed. Okay, it reversed all the way to 40.32. Okay, then at about 10 o'clock, it went back up, retreated a little bit. Okay, and then went back up again. All right, it's kind of like hovering right around that 40-50 area. Okay, then it went down. If you notice right here, after that, it just kept on going and going and going all the way to the regular Wall Street closing hour. Okay, it kept on uh, trading. The futures market kept on trading. Okay, uh, and then if you notice right here, the futures market closed right about 4 o'clock. Okay, right at 4 o'clock, actually, my central time. Um, After that, when it opened back up at 5 o'clock, it basically went down a little bit. When it came down to the Asian market, it went up slightly. All right, so it went up all the way to 40.60 at one point. All right, so then on the European session, you can see that it went up and now it's coming back down. Okay, if you notice on the Nasdaq side of it, okay, on the Nasdaq side, let's look at it real quick. On the Nasdaq side, if you look at on the regular trading hours, again, I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. All right, so on the regular trading hours, when the market opened, right at 8:30, okay, at 8:30, if you notice right here, it was at 12,882. Okay, it went up right here, 12929, right about 9 o'clock. Then it retreated just like it did for the S&P 500. All right, then it went up and all the way up close to the closing bell time and went to almost very close to 13,000, guys. It was pretty amazing. Okay, after that, if you notice that it came down again at the European session, it is going to that level again. So I think that it probably will going to break 13,000 level on Nasdaq during the trading session. Okay, what is going to go? Let's think about it for a second. Okay, so let's see where it's going to actually where it might end up going during the regular trading session. I think there's a very good possibility that we might see Nasdaq at 13080. There's a possibility we might see that today before it's going down. All right. When it comes to Dow Jones Industrial, let's look at it real quick. It went when first opened. Let me go to my 5-minute chart at the opening time on Wednesday. All right, on Wednesday when it first opened, which was at right here. Okay, 32841. Okay, it went up. Then it actually came down. Okay. So it was a little bit different for Nasdaq than it was for all the others, because if you notice right here at 9 o'clock, they were all reversing, but on the Dow Jones they actually reversed earlier than that. Uh, it went all the way to 32728. All right, then it went up. All the other ones, it was actually doing more bullish, and on this one, it actually came down. And during the closing hours, it actually did go to 32922, and then uh, pretty much all the rest of it, it's doing about the same as all the others. So where is going to go on Thursday? All right. So on Thursday's Wall Street trading hour, I think it is probably we're going to test. Okay, I think it's going to pass 33,000 mark. Okay, if it does pass 33,000 mark, I think it will be maybe it will not pass beyond 33060. Okay, and after that it's going to reverse. So now if at any point if it does go down, I don't see it go down below 32580. Okay, so anyway, that's my thinking right now. You can see that I'm actually doing um, a short play right now on the S&P 500. But be careful out there. Couple of things for you to remember. Please support this channel. Click on the like button, doesn't cost you anything. Click on the subscribe button, again, doesn't cost you anything. Share the videos, spread the news. If it's helpful for you, please help the channel, and at the same time click on the notification so you can get notified when I post the videos. Okay, be careful out there, be safe. It's really, really crazy out there. Okay, all right, take care, guys. Thank you very much.